next meeting, which is being formed, it will still be a fair process, and it's still in the running like everybody else is.
Would you be prepared?
There's nobody being discounted at this point in time.
I'd like to back on what Stuart just
Just
said.
let Councillor Nathan say.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'll back on what Stuart said. Thank you very much for coming. And it's purely simply because it could well be that somebody who sent their apologies says that they've been treated unfairly because they've sent their apologies and they're not had the same opportunity as you.
Does that mean we've got to go through what? I've got to read this again?
No.
Well, you've done your bit.
You've done your bit. It's on film anyway, so...
Can you just ask the two people if they would be willing to return
Yes, I will
at a
do
later
that.
date?
Yes, we'll defer
You're
until
taking it for granted at the
the
minute.
next meeting, which is the 14th of February.
Are you coming back?
Valentine's Day. If you would, 15th of February, if you would return that, you don't have to go through, I do apologise, but that's the result of the discussion that we've had, and as I said, I do thank you for turning up. You've got, I think you've got every council, well, Gordon's left, but you've got 12 members here. We don't know. No. Oh yeah, sorry, Councillor Coleman and Councillor Jarvis are here. So you've got a majority of the council here. So as I said, we've heard what you said, and you don't have to go through that again. I assure you, it's not something we're asking you to return and do. Although I might think about Mrs. Moores, and she made a lot of speech.
I can double it
No,
if
you
you
don't.
like.
It's all right. No, don't worry about it.
Can you bear it
In the
together?
meantime, if you want to find your email address, that would probably be a help if you want to. Okay, thank you very much
Excuse
indeed.
my spelling as well, won't you?
I do apologise, but it's only a fortnight today, so
Yeah.
if you can put that in your diaries and then come back, please. I appreciate that. Thank you. Right, I'm going to move on to. This is 9A. We've got 2 9s. Nine is to receive minutes from the staffing committee meeting. Just to receive it.
Can I just come in?
Yeah.
Right. On 02015,
Let's do it. I'm going to allow you this.
the note for discussion, I want to clarify a point.
Right, okay.
It says, on the one says, no issues were raised in relation to the statement of main terms of employment as applicable to the current post holder. What were we talking about by statement of main terms of employment? I'm just clarifying the point.
These minutes have been approved and signed off by yourself.
No, let me ask the question again. I want the clarification of what we're referring to as a statement of the main terms of employment.
I think if you want to clarify this, we need to move into confidential session. Do you want to speak on this?
Just a minute.
No,
You're asking us to approve the accuracy of the meeting.
no, to receive.
Well, when we receive, we also make a judgment whether they're accurate. I'm just trying to work out, and I'll ask the question again, what is the statement of main terms of employment? Is that the contract we're talking about?
Yes.
Billy? It's just to receive the new one. That is what you're... Yeah.
Right. So, right, and this is one of the reasons why I resigned as chair of the staffing committee. Because when I ask questions, I can't get straight answers. What we'll bring up in the staffing meeting.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fine.
Ask the question, I expect an
Can I
answer.
have to receive those? Thank you. We don't need a proposal and second for that. Right, 9A, to consider, sorry, 9B, to consider approved grant to ATCRG and Wales High School. Got that in front of you. Has everybody got that in front of them? Sorry, yeah, I'll just reiterate the Anston Parish Council one again, grant to the recreation ground. Grant is 0, payment in kind to cover employment costs for February 2016 is £4,088, which is what we've approved already. Charity. Everybody okay with that? Yeah. Can I have a proposal and second? John, Jonathan, all those in favour, please show. Thank you. Right, Second item is Wales High School. Has everybody read this letter? Excuse me, can you just switch your phone on, please? This is the start of Right, you want to go outside the room and take it then, please? Or not? No.
I think it's a no.
No, well, no, so, thank you. Can't find
It has been a matter of urgency.
It's not coloured, it's that one.
I lost it in
Oh,
sorry, I've got it. Wales High School, has everybody read this?
Yeah.
Anybody want to speak on it?
Can I go with them?
Where are they going to?
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar. Does anybody want to comment, Drew? Do you want to?
I think it's a worthy cause. The only concern that I have is whether it fulfills the criteria of benefiting the parish, some of it or all of it, to the letter of the legislation.
It's a bit far from Anston, isn't it? It benefits the children.
It actually states that students travel from Sheffield rather than works at North East Derbyshire. It actually doesn't say they travel from Anston, which would be good. Better. We have had applications before from getting to the con, but we've not, to my knowledge, I can't remember that we've
So
actually.
there are awards to give them someone.
We're asking us to fund the skiing holiday next.
Stuart, do you want to just
I'm
come in?
going to make a proposal again, because we agreed that we would stick to roughly the same funding regime this year, with a mind to looking at something different next year. We have, in the past, I think, given £50 to Dinnington High School for their overseas trips. So I'm going to propose, for fairness, because I think there's pupils from Wales that live in Anston.
Yeah.
So I'm going to propose to give them £50.
Can I just add a suggestion that if they can just let us have some sort of, it would be nice if they said there are students from Anston that are taking part in that exchange.
Can I propose that we give them £50 subject to confirmation that
It benefits Anston.
they have
Anston
pupils
people.
from Anston?
I'll second that.
Do we need the correct paperwork though? Because we always insist from other organisations that they fill the correct paperwork in and give any banking not details but balances.
Yes,
So we
that
have to apply the same rule for everyone really. So
we did
so it's
we did
quite fair.
give a grant to the
Dinnington Con for the awards.
the girl that came to the meeting in November, I think, Story Green all over it was. I went down there and she gave a presentation to us, and I think we did do that, but I think we had more information from the Dinnington than
Did they go
this.
to Canada?
I'm not sure, no, I'm not sure.
Africa.
I think she went to Africa.
Dinnington before.
Yeah, but that was a sports tour, which we didn't grant any money to, but we did on that last one. So if we can ask them for, is everybody happy if asking for what benefits it gives to any pupils from Anston, or if they're included?
Well, that's the proposal, to give £50 in donation, subject to confirmation there are pupils from Anston that will be involved.
And Miles said
Have we got a proposal? Miles, you want to second that? All those, everybody happy with that answer? Drew? I know you think.
I'm just thinking about, and I'm happy to go with whatever you wanted to go with as a vote, but we've got a duty that it must benefit if it's spent under the terms of that act, as opposed to spent on as any other power that the council has to spend money. We have to be able to evidence that it benefits some of it, part of it, or all of it, and that's the wording of the legislation.
I agree what you're saying.
But surely we have to make the decision after we've got the information that converts.
Yeah, that's what we're voting to do.
I don't think we preempt it really.
We're asking them for more information, what if there are any pupils from Anston that will benefit from the
I
trip.
was making the proposal.
If there are, we will consider it.
I was making the proposal, the historical way we've treated these, in the knowledge that very shortly the system that and the way we give out letters may well change. That's a lot of I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, so is that, that's been voted on, right, okay, thank you. Number 10, to approve pay and sign cheques, whole hire grants, there aren't any. Item 11, to approve council, cheques, to approve pay and sign cheques, to approve grants for the whole hire, sorry, it wasn't just to go to this issue. Ben, that's
Can I ask you about signing cheques? I mentioned at the last meeting about checks. When you got yourself, Councillor Irons, Councillor signing checks, and 2 employees. I won't say anything's going wrong at all, but I think the makeup of that should be more councillors than they are members of the members.
yeah, it is the
Well,
class.
it's been in hand since April.
Well, we will get that on for the next meeting.
I asked the question last month, and they said it was in hand then.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll make sure we get that sorted out for the next meeting. I'll ask for that to be sorted out. We've got a list of councillors volunteer, I think. Yeah, so we'll progress that and we'll get that back for the next meeting. So can we just go through, everybody got a right bit there? That one? Back to the charity one. Best thing is when you do charity, BTO or the games and like that. So. Okay, has everybody got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, can I ask you?
Yeah, of course.
Right, 509663, electrical repairs at Library and Hillcrest. Can I ask what them electrical repairs were? Roughly, I don't know.
I think one was an emergency light, one was a plumbing, and one was a heater.
Right, okay.
They aren't here, if you want to
No,
look.
I just want to know what it was, because we've been
Well,
discussing, or
they're-
trying to discuss costs in the past.
Yeah, but they're fairly, and the electrical heating is obviously keeping temperature up into. Sorry, there's a bit there. Okay.
Can I just put in another one as well, please? 509672 and 672 is the whole hire grants. Is that what? Is that grant money there? Is that what they've paid for the whole hire, or what we've given them a grant?
That's what the council has agreed. When the council approves the grant for all hire, that's the sort of bill that then comes through.
Right, is that for a one-off amount, or is that for the year?
The Dinnington and District Cultural Societies for the year. I think the ladies' choir is for two concerts.
Right.
Again, the invoices are in the pack.
The DDHS one is for the shows, I think.
Throughout the year.
Yeah, for the shows throughout the year. It's for.
Right, can I just ask another one? Nobody else is asking. 509674, trees at Crowgate. Did we get any more quotes? How many quotes did we get for that?
Just that one
Just
that
the one.
the council received in April 2015.
So all that was over £2,000.
No, it was 1,880.
Well, it says here
Plus VAT.
2,256.
Plus VAT,
Right.
which we...
And we only got one quote.
Yeah, we went out for more than one, but again, similar to what we've tried before, we've only ever,
Come back then.
we've had to basically beg people to tender for work, or quote for work. Okay, right, everybody happy with those? Sorry,
Just one more.
go on then.
519679, roof repair at Bungalow, Paxton House, £525. Why are we, as a council, instructing contractors to make repairs to private property?
Because the property was damaged by a tree that we were responsible for, and it was deemed by the insurance company that we were better to do that. The excess is £500 and it would have affected our claims
So
history.
you consulted the insurance company before you sent somebody there?
Not for the emergency repair, but for the proper repair, yeah.
Let's do that.
What was the extent of the damage to the property this time?
Tree fell.
Quite a big tree.
And the extent of the damage?
Smashed tiles.
Smashed tiles in one corner of the roof.
Tiles.
Yeah, roof tiles, and I'm not sure, probably the soffit and whatever that it damaged as well.
That raining.
The gutters.
More to it than that.
Okay. We need a close in a second, please. Ivan, Darren, all those in favour? Thank you.
It's fine, it's nice, we need
The committee is quite like to bring that forward.
Shall we try and get rid of the planning session? Well, we can, yeah.
I think we should go down in order, because some of these are being pushed back. We should just carry on down the meeting.
Well, we've got-
to where we get to.
What the people, what the,
I'd like to bring the
Members want to
committees
do.
forward.
sorry?
Shall we do the committees and the bottom of 16, because I think they need to get done soon.
Yeah, we can't have more than half an hour.
I'm just trying to work out which is the best.
So I'm suggesting what we do is we just work through the agenda as it is, because we've got items on this agenda that are now being put back 2, 3, 4 months, and we're not getting to it. Let's just work down the agenda, and then wherever we get to, we stop, and then at the next meeting, next day we start again. There's things about the, do you want to look at them?
No, because we're taking time. Let's move, come on, if you want to do that, is everybody happy to move down the agenda?
Yes.
Rather than move things, thank you. Right, we'll go to, where are we? 11, disapprove accounts for December 2015. Bank reconciliation.
Can you just accept that, because the reconciliation is a straightforward document.
Chairman, is everybody happy with that? Proposer and seconder, Ivan, Christine, all those in favour of the show? Thank you. Receipts. Right, there are none, so there's no, there's none for that, so there's no paperwork. Yes, so we just received that, so everybody's okay with that. Payments are on the desk in front of you. It goes on to 2 pages as well. Everybody got that? That's it. Got it. Everybody else got it? Do it. Have you got the right ones? That one. Okay, it's all right. Just checking because it goes on to 2 pages. Yes, it's just, yeah, these are payments for you below before, it's just the accounts that shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody okay with those? Okay, now proposal and seconded. Still reading proposal. Sorry, go down proposal. Seconded, who's that, Christine? All those in favour? Right, have you, everybody read them? Okay, thank you. Accounts overview. Published on the council's website. That's basically a rerun of what we've had before. Gives you you, yeah. You okay? Everybody okay with that? Yeah, grab a proposal. Yeah. Go on, Drew. Try and keep keep away. And a second. Darren, all those in favour, please show. Thank you. Item 12, which is overview, sorry, management accounts. Somewhere I put that down there. That's it. The one with the bit of red and blue on.
Are we discussing this one?
Yes, that's it, in the red and blue.
I just wonder why nobody's brought up the fact that...
Everybody's
You mean the one that says the total budget?
I may have not done. Well,
Yeah, can I just
well,
ask what that's about? The first one, which is out of administration, please.
An area of rules over budget. The fact that we've had twice as many meetings as we normally have. And
Thank you.
we've had to pay twice as many bills.
Yeah, thank you.
that wasn't what I was going to ask. I'm just getting surprised. We've been on about the budget tonight, and you've obviously seen the arguments with that. This is, bearing in mind this is December's budget, so it's slightly behind. But according to this, we're going to have an end of year surplus of £14,500. And I'm just surprised nobody's picking up on it. Nobody's saying anything.
fine.
Well, I'm going to say that.
Well, like you say, it's to December, and we've still got January, February and March, which I presume there will still be quite a few end of year bills coming through. So it's anticipated, but not by any means certain that that'll be the end figure that we arrive at. And I suspect it will go down. Probably considerably from that.
I'm drawing attention for the reasons that comes later in the year.
Ivan?
No, no.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were... Right, anybody, any other queries? Everybody happy with that? Another proposer to accept these? Ivan, seconded. Christine? All those in favour, please show. Thank you. Item 13, to receive a report on debtors.
So we can get the committees to get which I feel is quite important. I noticed there was a standing order 26E, and that was proposal that we can use to try and bring them forward so we can get them discussed and get these committees set up really so we can skip
What was that? Standing order what?
26 F and D.
Let's get this, come on, if we move this out of the way, then we've got a chance, we've still got a public session anyway. Has everybody got that in front of them? Are we to point now with the allotments that
We have got letters
letters have been sent out, the 7th of January is the payment date, I think it is that, so letters will have been sent out to the allotment owners that own money, so they've gone off. And the other one, that'll be, I was in the office this morning, so that'll be paid short. Yeah, just to receive that. Everybody okay with that? It just brings up to date where we are. Okay. Miles, do you want to try that?
Yeah, I'd like to
Can we?
propose that.
We're going to need to go to public session.
No idea.
straight to here.
Can I just say, we're having a conversation about whether we're going to start jumping.
No, I'm not, Stuart, I'm just trying to work out whether we can meet Councillor Manship's request that we can try and sort these committees out, because it is important that we move that forward.
The point I'm trying to make is, that's not the only ones that have been on there for a couple of months. There's other stuff, and what I said, let's start at the top, let's work through, get to where we get to, and then at the next meeting, that's where we start from. Because the stuff on here that's gone back 2 or 3 months, as I said before, and we're just not getting anywhere with it. Because we keep swapping and changing things in front.
Stuart, you're correct. Let's do it. Let's stop talking.
Okay, I've just had a suggestion from Councillor Manship that we try and get those committees sorted out, but obviously if members want to
Do we have to
follow their own, then that's fine, I have no problem with that.
Do we have to have a vote? And then if members agree...
Are you proposing that we try and deal with
Can't
that?
get other stuff done without having those committees set up.
Can't hear you, Miles.
Well, those committees at the bottom there,
Yeah.
I feel that we can't move forward to council until they're set up yet, so I feel we need to bring that to the top.
Well, if we carry on, I agree with what Stuart said. We'll just have to work through it because we keep chopping and changing and stuff disappears off the agenda, never to be seen again. So if we can just work through it, I would prefer that, but obviously it's not
Okay,
up to me.
I'll second it so we can...
Are you seconding
Miles, and then we have a vote, then it's sorted out.
Are you seconding Miles?
Councillor
To do
Manship's
the
motion then
committees?
is to deal with 16, 16, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
What's so
Hang on, well,
what's so urgent about that, Miles?
Can we just take a vote on that, please, as to whether we do that or we work through the agenda?
Can we ask some questions? We're on the table to ask some questions. Somebody proposes, somebody seconds.
Yeah, go on then.
Then it's up for members if they wish to speak on the motion. Very similar to what Christy just said. What's the urgency of these? Because we've not had these committees up and running since last May. And we've only got a month and a half before we start selecting committees again. We're forever putting things back or chopping and changing on the agenda, and we're not getting things through. We need to get things through in order and work faster through the budget.
Can you tell us?
Doesn't do anything.
Can you tell us, please, Miles? Is there something in particular?
Let's quickly.
Are you going round? Okay.
The table.
Okay.
Anybody else want to make a comment on that?
On what?
Whether we deal with that or we carry on through the agenda items. Paul?
My quick comment is, it's already there on the agenda, so why don't we just plough through it and get as far as we can? And hopefully we'll get there tonight, if we can.
We're going to get there.
Or get as far as we can.
If everybody, can I just, so we've had a proposal and a seconder, can
I just
take
have
a
my
vote?
turn?
Go on then.
What is it? Is there something that you need to get moving on there?
I just feel like
Miles?
one or two of them on there are a bit time constrained as well. So like the bonfire night one, we've only got a few ones to organise that. The grants one, we need to organise.
Can I just suggest it's only 2 weeks since next meeting.
Excuse me, did you say there's a few months for the bonfire?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to decide.
We've only just had one, Miles.
I'm sorry, please, we're just going to move to a vote. Can I just, we've had a proposal and a seconder. All those in favour of Councillor Manship's motion that we move these items up the agenda. All those in favour? All those against? Thank you. Right, we'll move on with the agenda. We'll get those on the, if we get to the agenda, they'll come up higher on the next one anyway, so. Item 14, to appoint 2 members carry out internal audit of the November and December accounts. I think you had, I think, me, yeah, with myself and Jonathan, we're going to do that, so whether we can get that done or not tonight is another matter. So if we do it, it's Jonathan and myself. Item 15, consider planning licensing matters, transport issues and receive reports. Planning list 3, item RB 2016/0033, the bungalow, Quarry Lane.
Can you tell us which bungalow it is?
Hang on, just sorry. I will endeavour to, if you just...
Is it yours, George?
The bungalow.
It's called the
bungalow.
bungalow. That's the name of it. The
The thing
bungalow.
is, as you go into the main hall, there's a bungalow on the right hand
No,
side.
that's called the court.
That's not that then.
That's not Quarry Lane,
Can we
Stuart.
just...
It's on the entrance to Green Much Park.
Is it Littlewood?
Yeah.
That'll be the one with the planning permission, won't it, for 6 dwellings, if it's the same.
We've just
property.
got
Right, can we, has anybody got any, there's no issues on that one, have we?
Is there TPO?
They've applied for it, Stuart. It's on the planning.
Is it?
Yes,
Is
so,
it TPO number 7?
Yeah.
That's called a bungalow.
yeah, there is a team.
That's why it's up for
I
planning.
propose that we leave that to the planning.
Yeah, okay, is everybody happy to leave that to planners? We've got
Yeah.
no objections, have we? Christine,
Yeah,
Is it
That's
Littlewood,
it.
Chairman?
I'm sorry, I don't know, to be truthful.
there's no address on it. Well, it says Quarry Lane, but that's all.
I would suspect that probably is, but no.
There's no
Okay,
other information.
So, we'll leave that to planners.
No name on it, John.
Yeah, the bungalow.
List 3, item RB 2016, stroke 0046, Brookside Common Road Extension.
Can we just pass that, please?
Yeah, there's, has anybody got any comments to make on that one? It's the other side of Tommy Crossroads. I'm not quite sure whether it actually falls within Anston Parish. I don't think it's down Common Road, the other side of the
Leave that
crossroads.
to the planners.
Yeah. Okay. List 4, no items,
They
civil
don't
parish
take any
council.
notes, they don't really.
No, right, okay, that's that. Plus any further items shown on planning list which are BC up to and including the day of the meeting. 2, to receive notification of request for scoping opinion regarding Harry Croft quarry. This is something that I think we should actually, I don't know if everybody's had a read through this, it's quite an extensive document. Did you want to speak on this?
No, I'm just, no.
I'm not sure whether members are ready. I've ploughed through it, and the intention is to abstract 200,000. Excuse me, George, Hillary, please. Excuse me. The intention is to abstract 200,000 tonnes from that quarry up to 2030, I think is the...
For the benefit of new members, could you just explain where it is, please, Clive?
Yes, it's off the A57, right-hand side as you're going down towards Limerick. I think
It's in Anston Stones Woods, really, on the
It's an
edge.
existing entrance to the quarry at the other side of the road there. But it's this is due to the local development plan, I think, and the proposed roads, house building that's going to take place in Rotherham and surrounding areas. I mean, the farmer will sell it, whoever will buy it, and I think that's where the big demand is, because this is a suitable aggregate for that type of work. So what they wanted is to extend the life of extraction from there to 2013, and they've also put a figure on it. But I would ask members, I'd like to get everybody's views on the next meeting, so if you could all just try and actually all just plough through it, but I think it does have implications on traffic through the village, Anston Stores Wood, which is on the side of the road.
Will we be out of time at the next meeting, because it says 21 days?
I don't think so. I think it's been extended to it goes to the 22nd, some day later in February. We can also write to planners and just say that. I mean, I can get the clerk to write to them and say that we want to discuss it till the meeting on the 15th, and will they give us, we're out of time, they usually give you an extension probably on that. They're not too bad in that respect, but I think everyone needs to read. Stuart,
yeah, just to cover, I think, I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember if I've read part of this or not, and I think I have. And I think they're asking for an extension. I think they already had an option to reopen the quarry if they wished, but that run out at a certain date. I'm not stating that as fact, because I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're also asking for an extension. The other concern I have is where they're going to start digging and blasting, because the last time, or before they finished extracting last time, we were getting concerns from residents in South Anston that when they were blasting, the houses were shaking. And if I remember rightly, there's quite a few people came to the council making
Yes, they
observations.
did.
So I would suggest we need a lot more information on this from the company, and I think in the past they've been willing to come and speak to us, but possibly from the planning department, because it will have quite a big effect on the surrounding area again. So maybe the planning people need to come and tell us.
I think if members do read it, there's quite a lot of documentation that they've put in there. If you can sort of read it, then I'll put it on. We put it on the agenda for the next meeting to have perhaps a bit longer discussion.
Let's keep our eye on it, Chair.
Yeah.
Last time it was approved, it was specified that it must not go further than go more than 100 yards from the bungalow.
There are lots of things that we've asked the company to supply as well as the documents that they've supplied. So I think it will be a fairly rigorous application.
Can I make a proposal that we defer this to the next meeting and we write to RMBC planning asking if they can defer any decisions until we've had a chance to give our considered opinion.
I reckon that I need to just check the closing date for it.
Where did you say they were planning using stone ply?
Sorry?
Where did you say they were
It
planning?
will be all over because of the local development plans are up all over the country.
Yeah, okay.
Bassett, Lower, Rotherham and Sheffield. There'll be an increase in this sort of aggregate use for roads, house, anything like that, any development. They've been sitting on it basically till the economic climate picks up, and when that starts there's going to be a massive extraction from that quarry, so it is going to have a big impact on the village, but particularly South Anston, I think. So.
Are we going to get some money from it, Clive?
Well, that will be down to the plan, but we can also ask, but that will be down to the plan application, whether it'll not be CIL, but it might be section 106 if it affects the highways and the crossroads of South Anston. So we need to keep an eye on that one. So is everybody happy with that then?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm going to close, as soon as we got to the end of that session there, I'm going to close the council meeting and I'm going to open it up for members of the public session, which is item 21, and this is limited to 10 minutes, so if members of the public have any questions they want to ask. Sorry, Mr. Pearson.
We're asking them now, are we?
Sorry?
We're asking them now.
Yes, if you would, please, Kevin. No, write it down.
Regarding what you've been doing with budget and that, and one thing and another, Christine's raised the issue of hanging baskets through the village. I think it's be a shame to lose hanging baskets in the village, but there is a saving which could be made on them. Saving actually could be made on them hanging baskets by his own staff watering them instead of contractor what's doing them at home. I understand that it is priced at so much per basket per day. We have got facilities for his own water tank, and that water tank we're fitted with new pumps on that last year. And I can't understand why we're paying somebody else to water them when we've got his own facilities, what could do, which could actually give us a saving to the village.
Sorry, go on, Councillor Major.
Just to answer that, I think you're right. We've got to look at all the expenditure and see if we get better value, see if we get it cheaper, see if it's needed. But I think before we cut any service at all, whether it's hanging baskets or getting rid of land or whatever it happens to be, we've got to consult the public and find out what they want. But you're right. I think I'm right in saying that when we pay for these hanging baskets, part of that cost was to include the watering. But you're right, we should look at it and see if there's a more cost-efficient way of doing it.
Well, it just seems silly when we've got our own facilities to do it, we're paying somebody else to do it.
Yeah, fair.
No, I think one of the other options we were looking at was a different way of actually, a different type of basket and a different way of watering, whereby it doesn't involve the contractor coming out X number of times a week to do that. But that's something we've got to consider. Yeah, well, the clerk just said we used to do our own watering, but it's more cost effective actually for the contractor to do it that supplies the hanging baskets, but that's something that we'll need to discuss anyway.
I was just going to say that it's all right to say yes, we'll make a saving, we may well do, but when you start calculating the time that it will take to do it every morning for 3-4 months, maybe we're better looking at savings elsewhere, to be honest.
I mean, that might stretch
Yes,
to
some
5 months.
reduction, but maybe we need to look at environmental matters and make more savings there.
I think probably on a good year they probably extend to 5 months from May to September, so it's a longer period. But it's something that we will look at still out if we, when we put them up, as to how we maintain them and if we can get better value for money. Mr. Kavanagh?
Yeah, well, we're talking about budget, Clive. I'm just wondering, I've met savings on bonfire.
When the committee set up, that's what I'm going to start.
How we have, or how we going to do?
How you have? There's a rumour that bonfire is going to be reduced
What really, what
by however many minutes or whatever.
I found that quite interesting because we've had confidential meetings over that, so I'm quite surprised that you know.
Well, obviously it ain't working very well, so what is it?
No, it's not. Maybe we've travelling.
I didn't ask you to explain it to me, I asked you the question.
That's one of the options that we've looked at, and we still explore that. We're going to set a group up to try and look at how we can bring more money in through the bonfire and offset the costs.
The only reason I'm asking that is because I just heard as well, while you were talking about budget, that you've overspent on all hire because of the amount of meetings you've had. That's something you've discussed tonight without realising that in front of us.
Well, it's more than we'd allocated in the year.
But it's just something I did pick up on, and I did ask this question quite a few months ago, whether or not you're wasting a lot of ratepayers' money on all these groups.
Well, we're not wasting
and all these
ratepayers'
meetings.
money. We're not wasting ratepayers' money because we're having constructive meetings. But don't you stand to gain from that?
Well, this meeting tonight I've been very constructive.
You have an interest in it.
This meeting tonight I've been very constructive.
Well, it's just been pointed out, Clark, but actually it saves the parish council money because what we pay the charity, they don't ask as much money of us at the end of the day. So it's.
But how can you build a budget?
Because there's a figure set aside of that, and that was set last year. So it's gone beyond that when it's translated to funds that we pay the charity for all that. Yeah, it's over budget for the council, but it means actually the charity's got more money. So it's.
Don't ratepayers don't pay? It's no effect at all on ratepayer.
No.
So moving money from one section to another has no effect on ratepayer whatsoever.
Well, no.
Of course it does.
Chair, can I just
Sorry, John.
Standing on section, number 1, section 1, 9:30.
Right, we're just going to take, and any more, Drew, I'll just let you make a comment on that one.
Yeah, sorry, just to come in there, the cost that is transferred from the council, the funds that are transferred from the council to the charity to cover the cost of meetings are greater than the actual expense. So heating and lighting and locking and unlocking the hall are the only expenses. So it simply means, as Michael says, that the charity will have a surplus. And therefore that's grant.
You're just moving money.
Yes, it's a transfer of funds.
It's money that you can't spend in one area.
Can I?
Pass it on to another.
No, it's just books.
Oh, it's just books.
Any more questions?
I will.
Mr. Dickens.
Clive, it's regarding items left over on the agenda of meetings. Doesn't it say somewhere in the standing orders that any items left over from one meeting should appear at the beginning of the agenda of the following week?
Not necessarily at the beginning, because there are certain statutory items that you've got to deal with at the beginning. Sorry?
Are you sure?
Yeah, you have to deal with checks, etc. You have to deal with various other applications. It does move up, but there are certain agenda items that you have to deal with as a statutory, where they have to be dealt with in that way. So you have to take them in that order. They can't.
I'm sure it doesn't say that.
No, they can't. Well, I don't want to disagree with George, but actually there are certain items that you have to deal with at the beginning of the agenda that you can't avoid by law. Okay. I'm going to close the public session at that point and go back into council. Does anybody want to suspend standing orders? No? Right, I declare the meeting closed at this point. Thank you very much everybody for attending.
I've got
God bless Jonathan. God bless John.
Good idea.
So you can't do any planning
No, I think we know. I think so. Yeah.
You've got a minute. I don't want to keep any longer. I know you've had a long day. They've been studying that stuff. Is that happening to us? Is it brinkmanship? Is it the sort of like go to the precipice? Well, first one to play. Because I just wondered if you're going to be involved in that on Wednesday. Thursday. Because I saw that and I thought, I think it's wonderful. Thank you. Thanks, Miles. Yes. Thank you, Billy. I know you've been quite unusual.
Are you complaining again? Oh dear.